Okay, good morning, traders. September 4th, 6:26 a.m. The market is up 23 points. Account balance at 11,860. We have 3 contracts. So we're going to see how the market opens. It's looking, honestly, there were some job reports. They came out, and I think they weren't very favorable. That might cause some market depression on the open. I'm trying to figure out how I would like to play this. We are actually sold and bought again. I sold it sometime at night, and then I bought it, and then I got out again. Sold it 422, got it at 436, sold it again. Then I bought it again at basically 619 at 2372. Right now it's 2375, so it's actually a little bit higher than where I bought it. So I'm trying to determine what my actions are going to be. Um, uh, anyways, well, right now it looks like it pushed a little higher. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a second, set some things up. Okay, so the market opens in 9 seconds. And my goal on the open is to get a 4th contract, as it has been. And I'm hoping that the market, oh, there it goes. Okay. I'm hoping that the market pushes up. Okay, we're out. Let's see what it wants to do now. Okay, I like that price. I'm not sure if we're going to push further down or if it's going to rise. So now my 4th contract was bought at 23,461. And so now I have 4 contracts, and my goal is going to be to get out if it appears that it's going to return back to that 460 level. So we'll see. Right now it did push a little higher. We're moving, what is it, 23,480. So let's see how it does. Again, my bias is we're long. The market's going to go higher. Let's see, what is it going to take to buy the 5th contract? Let's find out. Oh, we only need 12,088. Well, that should be any second now. Let's try and get in. 12,088. Okay. Let's, now it's giving me an impression that we're going to go higher. Okay, we're in. We bought the 4th contract at 23,507. That's somewhere up 23,507. Here it is. So I'm going to label this that I added a contract. Okay. So let's say how we do right now. The market is going higher. It's plus 71. We're at 12,167. We're up $700. This is a strong upward movement. It's telling me that we're in the right direction for now. We'll see. But we can always get out. Can always get out, abandon ship. Can get rid of the 2 extra contracts that I have. My exit for the 2 contracts would be somewhere in like 490s maybe, and then I'll exit the whole thing like at 460, 460. Right now there's no reason to think about exiting because we are in the money. I'm gonna take a pause for a sec and let's see what it does. Right now it's moving higher, so I'll take a break. I do want to make a commentary. Let's see. I just want to highlight that right now there are 5 contracts on board. So again, 5 contracts. I get $2 per point every time this moves up to from 30, from let's say 530 to 531. I'll get an extra $10. That's 1 point. A 1 point change is a 1 point difference. One numerical value higher. So right now at 5 times 2, I get $10. $10 a point. So every time it moves like 10 points, that's $100, right? So if it goes from 515 to 525, it'll go up $100. Again, the market value on that is basically 23,5. This thing's moving so fast. 23,520. Boy. Times 2, 47,000 times 5. We are trading with $235,000. That's what my market performance will be based on. Subtract what I actually hold, 12,447, and I borrowed 222,000 to trade today. And so I just wanted to point that out. That's why the numbers are so moving around so fast. And let's see, right now I'm up 4% from yesterday, it looks like. And the market looks like it's trying to push down a little bit, but I'm not convinced yet, so we'll see. Let's find out what happens. Market update. So the market is at 43 point gain. We're still under 23,500. I have $433 in profitability. The issue that is present is that the market took a huge dive earlier. It dropped all the way to 23.4. It was way down there. The problem is that it can revisit that area. I'm holding long still. And in my opinion, the market is, I consider it weak today. So I'm trying to be careful with my position and knowing that this market has somewhat of weakness in it, and that it could reverse itself back down to revisit some of these levels. I'm also hoping, alternatively, I'm hoping that it has already discarded all the weakness when it did the pullback and a return, and that could be a positive sign, but we'll see. At this point, I'm willing to risk my profitability, my profit, to test the market, to see what the market's real direction is. And so at this time, that's where it's at. It's a really difficult situation to be in, to try and figure out, to exit, to continue, to give up the $160, to take a small loss, because the market is constantly fluctuating up and down. Like right now it's plus 20. And so it's a hard decision to make. So it's but for now, I'm underreacting to the market's rapid changes, and I feel that that's the best thing that I can do is to underreact instead of overreact, because I really only have one step left, which is just to sell and stop trading for the day, or not even purchase anything else for the day, and just just look away. That's like basically my best bet that I can put on the table. So hold or sell, hold it or sell it. But again, I'm still biased long. I just have to keep an eye on the market and see where it goes. But in my opinion, this market is still cheap at 23,480, still bargain. Still, I'm interested in the long position. I'm not going to think it's cheap anymore until it gets to 23,700 in that range, between 23,700 and 24,000. At that point, I'm gonna start thinking pullback. I'm gonna start thinking that that the market is can try and revisit lower levels. So for now, this is where I'm stuck. I'm stuck on a long position. Another market update. Okay, so we are now at 23,500. I now consider the market to be strong again. Can you believe that? Not even like 2 minutes later, the market has regained some strength. It went past a number that I keep an eye on, that I basically believe to be like its sign of strength. Um, which today it's 23,492. So if it's above that, it's strong. And if it's below that, it's neutral. Somewhere in this area, it's like neutral, and it hasn't lost its weakness until it breaks down further. But at this level, we are showing market strength again, and now I am convinced that we can go up much higher. I think we can go above, like get close to 100 points, so which is an extra $500, and which will put us like at 12,300 or something. But we'll see. Let's see if I'm right or not. We'll find out. But as of right now, I'm not gonna be reactive. Market update. We are at 100 change. Account is up $980 or 8% for the day. The balance 12,500. And it's only 8:30, so 2 hours after the open. It could move sideways, could move up, could go back down. Not too sure what the market's planning on doing. But for now, I'm just gonna hold and see. We'll see. We'll continue to hold. So we're close to we're definitely where I thought we were gonna go. Let's see what happens from there. Market update. So the market is up, still the same, I think, from the last time I checked, 98 points. But the good thing that's happening is that if you notice, I'm at, again, 5 contracts, but I have $1,064. Now I woke up with 3 contracts, and I added the 4th and the 5th contract to my position. So 97 times 10 is $970, $980, but I have 1,052. So I'm beating the market by just a couple of points, which is possibly about, I don't know, maybe 10. But what's happened is that I sold and I re-entered. I kind of thought I'd try that a little bit. So I sold at 840. No, sorry, yeah, 834. And then I purchased it again when I did a little pullback. It was just a 10-point pullback at I sold at 23,540 and I re-entered at 23,530. That's a $100 difference. And so that accounts for the minor adjustment that I made, which is keeping me a little bit ahead of the market. I would prefer to be further ahead than that. But for now, I mean, it'll do. It'll be okay. So account balance 12,600, and then we'll see what the end of day actually turns into. There could be a pullback that could go higher. It's only 9:16, so I'll just wait and see. So I currently sold my position, as you can see right here. I don't have anything here anymore. I sold it at 23,531. I only made $7 in that trade. 531. I just sold it at 932. It's 934. I think the market may pull back a bit, and let's say it goes down like to 23,520. Then I'll re-enter. I'll re-enter the market at that price, maybe even at 23,525. So just really small moves. But right now the market has slowed down significantly. It's just kind of like floating around a bit. And so I think it's possible that it can sink a bit just so I can catch a better price and re-enter. So let's see if that even happens. But if it pushes higher and it starts getting away from me, then I will not enter. I'll just leave it alone and I'll just call it a day and see what happens. But right now I am up $896 for 7.3%, $12,495. Still thinking that we're able to go to 23,700, 200 points away from that. And we'll see. The market looks like it's moving around a little bit more, but it's been pretty slow. Like it's almost stuck like in a little range. So anyways, that's the update for now. Okay, so market update. I sold my position. I have $749. I did re-enter the market. It didn't work out. I ended up losing. I thought I could do like a short trade, and it didn't work out. I went short at 23,539. I was forced to exit at 23,559 at a $200 loss. I made a little bit of the money back. I made $58 back. So maybe this is more like 160 something loss, or 16 points. Right now the market is at plus 120 and I'm at 749. So this is like let's say 74.9 points, and the market is at 120. So if I would have held my position without selling it, without doing much, I would say that I had like $1,200 something dollars. So I'm like $500 off. But it's definitely apparent that I am now out of sync with the market. It is, this is something that I have to work on in terms of I just have to sit out, because it is no longer right for me to try and chase the market at this level, whatever that is. I'm not gonna look to see if this can go higher, because it's likely gonna go lower if I go long here. And then if I go short, it's probably gonna push higher and higher. So we're like in this zone where it just wouldn't work out in any way. It's likely gonna work out. Now, if the market has a tremendous move downward, right? Let's say that we move, I don't know. I'm not saying like way down here, but it can happen. It can like rapidly push down. Then I would consider going long again. But the numbers, the math and the numbers all have to make sense. They don't make any sense, I'm not getting in until tomorrow. So for now, it almost seems like this may be the end of my trading day. At 10:40 plus $749, 12,348. We are up. And so let's see what happens. I'm just going to keep watching just for a little bit more. Okay, so I am now 100% sure that I am not going to be entering this position again. The position has moved to 23,600 plus 150 points. I'm still at 749. I'm still without a position. If I would have held, I would have definitely captured that move, but I didn't. The market managed to shake me out of my position. I'm going to be closing out for today, and I'm just going to call it a day. There's no way that I can say that this market is now tradable for me. I am done for the day. So the stats for today is 6.4% gained, $749, 12,348 for the account balance, and we'll live to trade another day. That's it. Have a good day, everybody.